Alright, I think we're ready. Apologies, a little bit of a delay there. Jeez. Yeah, welcome back to Icarus, everybody. Also, hi, Tashi. Sorry, trying to get the dog situated. Yeah, last time, if you weren't here, we finished off by picking up a new mission, which is going to be long, I assume, because we got to get a bunch of water and oxygen, and it's going to take a little bit. But we also managed to finish off several other missions, upgrade the base a little bit. The last update was just meh, more changes to farming, and they added something that none of it was interesting. Not to me, anyway. I guess bullets or medicine crafted in your inventory go straight to the satchel now, or something like that. And then they're still talking about Prometheus updates, and then next week they're adding a new pistol and balancing them. So yeah, a couple new things coming next week. Nothing too interesting. We'll most likely be doing operations here on Olympus. Still trying to get these finished out. Like I said, I've done all the missions. I've just not completed them in the open world. So we're getting the open world stuff out the way right now. But as you can see, they've shortened the list. That's right, they did that too. Why not just move it to the upper left instead of dead center? Let's see. So we need biofuel, we need oxygen, so we're going to make a bunch of oxygen containers and biofuel containers. We need 400 glass and 300 cement. We're not even going to go out there without the cement or glass. So we've got that going for us as well. How many slots does this have? 10 slots, so if we make... No, it's not water, actually. So, we won't need the water. But I guess we'll make 10 little oxygen, generic oxygen bottles, and then go from there. We have enough to make 10? Oh, we need bones. Okay, a small hunting trip. Let's do that first. Get that out the way. Get the oxygen charging. We might have to take the buffalo out to get some iron. I'm not sure how much we have, but we'll need a bunch of biofuel containers. Nothing too crazy. Sorry, buddy. Need your bones. Don't know if 29 is going to be enough. One more animal. A tank some more oxygen. We could do that. We could do that too. I mean, I know they're more oxygen. I just... The problem I'm having, like we discussed last time, is they don't tell you how much each one holds. So, like, 50,000 oxygen could mean 50 bottles. 50,000 oxygen could mean 10 bottles. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't tell you how much each one is. Fabricator. Let's see. Oh, wait. Here's the oxygen bottle here. Oxygen tanks are going to take 10. 10 steel. I don't think we have any raw iron, so... Actually, it's nighttime. Let's nap, and then we'll just take the buffalo out, get a bunch of iron. Actually, doesn't the buffalo already have, like, gold and stuff on it? It already has some iron. Let's empty our inventory and turn what we have into steel. This is a very tiny base. So I don't know what we have room for in here. We might have to extend the size of this at some point. We should get some glass cooking, some gold, some of that copper. Yeah. Empty your inventory. Oh my. Get some meats. We should cook these regular meats. There's 3 types of food. What are we missing? Something. Water bottle. All right. There you go, buffalo. Take that. Okay, iron. We have plenty of copper, so we won't even cook that for right now. Oh, we do have one. Perfect. Dump the iron in there, max this out. There you go. Let's get all that steel prepped. And we'll save the copper for when we actually need it. Alright, so we're going to go out, we're going to get more iron and some silica. Because we need glass. Unless there's glass in here. No, there's iron in there. And jars. We're going to need a little bit of stone. So if we get that on the way. Silica, we're definitely going to need a lot of. So silica on the way, and iron. Two biggest things right now. We will need oxide, but no, we won't need oxide because we have the oxygen generator, so we'll be good. The buffalo is actually pretty zippy once you put those buffs on it. Oh, I wonder if there's just iron in this. Should be a little cave right here, actually. Oh, but there's silica regardless. I'll take some of that. Yeah. There's almost 100 glass right there. I think we're going to make the cement first, but... Actually, I don't think silica's a 1-to-1 on glass. And we could mine that wall if we wanted. Looks like we 100% cleared this cave already. No, Come here, bees. I don't want you following me the whole day. Come here. Come on. Oh, you cowards. Oh, yeah, sneak up on me. There you go. Silica. Oh, I have copper on my bar. I just noticed. Oh well, it won't hurt nothing. A tiny little rainstorm, that won't kill us. We're not even gonna hide from this one. Oh, is that what we're missing? We're missing bacon. Alright, when we get back, we'll have to get some bacon. I know we grabbed like 2 stacks of bacon last time we were on, so I'm sure I just have a bunch in the fridge. Yeah, I never went all out on this. On this file, so we don't have like some big illustrious base. The lag issues alone prevent me from wanting to do anything too nuts. Ooh, I see silica on the other side of the river. But for anybody who's curious, tomorrow we will be playing some 7 Days to Die, the Fallout series that we've been doing. The mod has been doing really well on the channel, so we're not going to be stopping that anytime soon. I have a feeling like most of the 7 Days mods, after you get to a certain point, because it's a mod, it's going to get like just frustrating to play. Because essentially what a lot of those mods do, and not intentionally, is make it so that way you pretty much have to have a group in order to finish it. And by finish, I mean the story that they add to the game. Which I'm surprised they never did. You know, just the regular devs. You'd think that would be one thing that would have been a priority, but I mean, it has a decent progression system where you're running around talking to different NPCs, so you'd think they'd have a little bit more of a quest line to them, but they don't. Meanwhile, this game has kind of the same feel to it. Like, until Prometheus, I didn't really feel like they had a coherent story. You were just a person coming down to the planet, trying to get it prepped and make sure it was hospitable enough for future humans to come down and, you know, start colonizing this planet. And like, it was just that for the longest time. Eventually, like I said with Prometheus, they ended up adding a ton of actual storyline that feels like it's going to have a beginning, middle, and end to it that should be a lot of fun. So far, I'm invested. I mean, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who hasn't tried the story yet on Prometheus, but it's interesting. I mean, a little bit. There's parts of it that are definitely like cliche, but like at the same time, the voice actor for Soul and oh jeez, I can't even remember. What was the Asian lady's name? Jeez, she's such a good actor too. I should remember that. She did a fantastic job with her voice acting. They also do a couple live action scenes as well. Some of the other voice actors are pretty good too. None of them are like cringy to listen to. Even the main like lady for Group 13, they're not bad. She's not bad. Like, they do pretty good job with their picks on who to cast for voices. And I think she's done other things. Hold on. Now I have to look. She deserves credit for doing a fantastic job. Mo? I mean her real name. unless that is her real name. Let's see, Icarus. Not to be confused with Kid Icarus. I'm sure that gets confused a lot. Settings and plot, gameplay, development. Oh god, Wikipedia has a dark mode now? Oh, thank god. That was hurting my eyeballs. It doesn't. Gameplay development references, external links. I don't know. Official website. Let's see what they have. They all deserve credit. Like, what was the... do they have credits in here? Content kit, press kit, email setup, merch, lure. No. No, they don't. I don't know. Well, can we... Is there an escape button? Is there a credits button in here? No. I don't know. But they all did a fantastic job. I've actually really enjoyed the voice acting in this. It's been the best... Prometheus has been one of the better patches to come to the game. Oh, not patch. That was a paid DLC. Which, with as much as they've been tending to this game, I was okay with giving them the money for it. Still waiting for more content to come out for Enshrouded too. Really love that game. It's been a slow trickle as far as content goes for that. Which, what was that? What was I looking at? I think I ended up inside the buffalo or something, and we were looking at the inside of its... Yeah, look. A buffalo belly. Kinda. What the heck was that? They've been slowly trickle feeding content while they work on the big stuff on the back end, which I'm fine with. Gives people who want it a reason to keep sticking around week to week. Don't get me wrong, the game's not bad, or I wouldn't have spent as much time as I have in this game. Are there things that have been kind of meh for updates? Absolutely. There's been some downright bad updates to the game, including the fact that now I touch a spike and they almost immediately break. Like, that makes no sense. Unless you're going to add something stronger to the game. Why make the wood spikes obsolete before you add anything better? I don't know. You'd think with all the high-end technology that we can build, like computers and all that, that the simplest thing we could make is spikes. Maybe add a javelin to the mounts so we could just charge at a wolf and kill it. I don't know. That would be really cool, though. You know, you gotta get off your mount. This mounted combat. Come on now. I heard them tease something about mounted combat at one point, but from what I understand, mounts and taming is really low on their priority list. They said they wanted to make sure that the update for Prometheus gets out there first. Which I get it. I understand that. That is the content that is definitely going to either bring people back to the game attract new people with saying, hey, the content that we put out is, the DLC we put out is finally complete. But I kind of like that about early access games. Like, you could walk away from it for a month or two and then come back and there's this big change. It's like you can replay the content and most games there's enough new stuff to be like, oh wow, this is great. As of right now, I think the next thing we're going to be recording, I've recorded the story for First Descendant, and that's going to come out right after Enshrouded ends here in like 2 weeks. And then once Human, the story for that's going to come out. There's story and some boss fights. And that's only going to be a couple episodes. Starting in Season 2, I'd like to start doing, hey, they did an update to the game type videos for that game. Because I've actually had a lot of fun with Once Human. And then, following the Once Human stuff, I think our next goal after that, I want to say we're going to be doing more Core Keeper. If I had to put out a guess, because I absolutely love Core Keeper, and they're coming into 1.0 and making a ton of changes. I don't think that comes out until August, so we have that to look forward to. And there's a game kind of like Wobbly Life. I don't know if you've seen that game or not, but there's a survival game coming out with something similar to that. We're going to go for this stamina regen next, I think. Let's see. We got movement speed. We got movement speed while pulling a cart. We've got some extra mount slots. We've got some extra 20% extra weight. It doesn't really need max stamina, but the stamina regen is kind of slow on the buffalo, so we're going to extend that some. Yeah, but we'll take back as much iron as this buffalo can handle, because I have a feeling we're going to need it. Plus, if we upgrade our base at all, I might just make the steel structures. See how painful that is to make. Because the steel structures will have plenty of, it have stronger resistance than the stone. I guess we could also make the stone brick, but maybe stone brick with steel roofs. I don't know. When I grew up, we had aluminum like siding around our window seals. So like I would be going to bed at night when it was storming out, and you would hear that rain hitting that aluminum right outside your window seal. It's kind of what it reminds me of whenever it's raining and it's hitting our roof currently at the base. Buffalo's still good to go. Let's keep moving. don't want to come back here again, so we're just going to fill up the buffalo. And he's probably not even going to have enough to carry all of what we need. But it should be fine. And then once this cave is cleared out, we can call in a land shark. Just for fun. It's something like every 10 missing nodes, you get a land shark. So we could potentially have another like 5 boss run of that. My OCD. Make a marker. No, you're not gonna give it to me. Oh, oh! Every time I go to jump. Every time I go to jump. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, I give up. Huh? I said I give up. You're supposed to show up. Ah! I hate that they get half stuck in the wall and you can't get all of it. If I was using a different pickaxe, we'd have a better, wider angle and that wouldn't happen as often. But this mission one doesn't have that wide angle. Also, I was planning on doing the newest update for Valheim, but I started recording it and I was sick at the time, so I was kind of allowing myself to get easily frustrated. But I landed on the new area for that game, the Ashlands. And 50 enemies spawned. Most of them were like 2-star enemies. Luckily I had set down a bed, so like I had a respawn point there. The problem being that I kept getting one shot over and over and over again. Allowed myself to get frustrated, and then the recording for that ended up on hold until I was done being sick. And then other games kept coming out in the meantime, so I just haven't gone back to it yet. So I'll probably finish off those recordings at some point. I still have the files just sitting on my 2 terabyte drive, just sitting there. I'm gonna have to cut out a lot of me cursing under my breath, but that is the way they have it set up right now. Is definitely meant for like group content. Doing it solo is possible, but difficult to get started. There's a mechanic where you have to raid a castle, and it's got a spawner in it, and outside the castle there's spawners all over the place. So like, if you ignore the ads or you don't take out the spawners before you start your siege on the castle, you're surrounded by 50 plus enemies, a lot of them 2-star, and they eat you. Some of them are like real fast and they light you on fire. And then other ones have this great sword that is so large. Like the AoE swing on that is hard to dodge. Unless you have like the best foods that you can get for stamina. essentially, you're just going to get one shot there the whole time unless... Why can't I see... There we go. You're just going to keep getting one shot there unless you go mostly stamina items. It's turned more into like a Dark Souls thing, because like getting hit is brutal. And the game is insanely grindy. Like, insanely grindy. It's part of the adventure, don't get me wrong, because you gotta go into some nasty places in that game to get the resources. And then you build yourself up. So, while it feels grindy early on during the copper phase, later on you don't notice the grind as much because you're going into dangerous places to get the materials. So there's an element of adventure associated with the grind. But it does have that grind element to it. I don't know, some people don't like that, but I've never minded grind in a video game, as long as I feel like the time that I'm grinding is useful in a way. I've played games recently, like First Descendant, which feel like they punish me for spending any time in the game, which is why I'm not playing it anymore. And I've only recorded the story for it. Like, in that game, you go into a dungeon, and you have to complete the dungeon in order to get an item, in order to unlock a new character, right? But there's 4 pieces that you need for this character in order to unlock it. So you have to do 4 separate dungeons. And then once you've done the 4 separate dungeons, you then have to take the item that you got from these dungeons into a boss fight to even open the items. And the item the item has like 6 other items in it, and all the items there's one item that's like 50% and then a 30, and then eventually the item that you want, the really rare one, is like 6% chance to drop. Insane. So like you could grind all of those dungeons, go into the boss fight to open them, and get none of what you want, and then have to go redo it all again and spend hours redoing this. And it's no, like no. I spent a good 3 hours attempting to get the item that I actually wanted to unlock a character, just during the progression phase, where it's easier. Once you're past the progression phase, it feels like a lot worse to grind, because there's no story or anything to keep you interested. So like, as soon as I finished the story and got the final bits recorded for that, I took a big sigh of relief and said, I'm done. I'm out. I am out. Y'all burnt me out on just the grind for your game. And it's by one of those companies, like, what is it? Is it Nexon? Which employs, like, some pretty nasty mobile tactics, where it's like, oh, you can get this thing, but here's a wait timer for 30 hours to... You did all this work to unlock this item. Congratulations. Now wait 30 hours for it to craft. It's so frustrating. essentially they're trying to get you to pay money to skip all the wait timers in the game. And if you really don't like the grind in the game, you can pay extra money to not grind in the game by just unlocking the stuff with money. Where did my buffalo run off to? Why are you even moving? You should be on wait. What are you doing? It's pretty shady stuff. Don't like it. Once Human doesn't feel nearly as bad. Once Human right now is mainly charging people. There's a battle pass, which, whatever. It's a free-to-play game. I don't care about that because everything in the battle pass is purely cosmetic. And then they're also selling cosmetic items. Nothing that they sell in there will give you any advantages in the game. Which is good because it's a PvP game. If you had to pay money to go and get some major advantages in combat, that would, yeah, people would revolt fast. I think I only have enough room for 1 or 2 more bits of silica. We'll try to get 1 or 2 more before we hit base. If not, hopefully we have enough. I need to make at least 400 glass. Something tells... I feel like it's a 1-to-1 for the silica for glass. If I'm remembering correctly. So we'll get 400 worth of glass put in there. And then we'll get it shoved back in this buffalo. There we go. Good enough. I can't jump with the cart attached to the buffalo. Yes. Okay, good. Now what do we do here? Actually, this isn't a very steep cliff. Might be able to just cling to the wall a bit, slide down. Yeah, there we go. Bam. Okay, good job, Buffalo. $100, $200, $300, $400. Okay. Hey, back just in time. Thunderstorm. Awesome. Seriously? Free bones, I guess. We could actually use the regular meat, too. Feels like meat is spoiling so fast. Like, I had 5 meat in this, and it all spoiled. What is happening? Is that an adjustment that was made that I don't know about? Where's my bench? Give me this. Turn on this. There we go. Get that meat cooked. Do we have cooked bacon? We do. Max this out, get some cement going, go over here. Get some more steel going. There we go. Grab these rocks out of here. Ooh, before I forget. Repair that. Do we have any rocks in here? No, we need rocks. Let's see, do we have any food in here we can get? Resists storms quality 3. It does yeah, it would resist the storms if it was outside, but it doesn't need to resist the storms because it's inside. I'd be very upset if it was like, nah. It still takes storm damage indoors. more steel. I don't even know. He might be going overboard with steel. I don't think so, though. Yeah, because it's 20 steel per. Ugh. And I don't even know how many I need. Heck with it. I'm just going to make 20 oxygen things. I need regular iron, too. To make a few other things, so... After the glass, actually... Make me some iron. Some coal in there. Some coal in there. Okay. Craft me more of that. Let's go get some stones. There was another game that was set to come out recently that I was actually thinking about trying, and because it had a little bit of a story to it for recording purposes, but it doesn't look like it's doing very well, and I'm far less interested in it. I also thought it was going to be free to play, but I guess it's $40. That Concord looked like it was going to have a bunch of story and some interesting stuff behind it, but like the Steam charts for the beta are showing some like ridiculously low numbers. So I'm wondering if it's going to be one of those games that even leaves beta. So I'm just kind of out. Who knows, maybe it will do insanely well or something. But I'm just so uninterested. Feels like one of those situations where just wasting your time with it. And honestly, like, shooters aren't what I do on this channel. When I first was gonna start doing content for this channel, I was gonna be like a shooter-centric channel. But like, before it came out, like the last shooter I played, well, played one since then, but before then, I think, what was it? Battlefield 5? and the game was fun, but it didn't have enough content to keep me interested. I guess a lot of people are hating on Battlefield 5 because of, like, there was a woman or something in one of the videos. I don't know. I don't know the full situation. I try to avoid that drama. None of it interests me at all. But, like, it just didn't have enough for me to keep playing it for a long time. We need more sap. So let's see. There you go. Give me some more sap. So we need 400 mix. 300. Meat's done. Turn that off. Salt that up. Let's go find some carrots while we wait for these other things to work. Carrot, carrot. Carrot, carrot, carrot. I hear a bear. We might be attacked here soon. Carrot! Does this base have a kitchen? Did I see the news by any chance? Probably not. I avoid the news like the plague. A lot of the news nowadays consists of one side complaining about the other like little fucking children. Oh, sorry, language. I'm just so burnt out with reality at this point that I honestly try to avoid it. You're more than welcome to tell me, though, Tashi. I'm gladly listen to what you've heard. Oh, that I did hear. Because my wife's one of those lunatics. So. Not that she's on that side, but just that she follows the news religiously. Also, I'm not surprised. Regardless of what side of the fence you're on, like, the man was not in the greatest shape. I heard he got COVID or something. And the way I understand it, he's in one of those danger brackets for COVID being, like, really bad for you. So, like, hopefully he's okay, though. Whether you like him or hate him, nobody wants anybody to get sick and pass away. Still a human being in my book. Speedy recovery, Mr. President. I should look into making a kitchen so we could jar our carrots so they last longer. I feel like half the carrots I get just... I think we do have a kitchen, actually, because we made jars at one point. His mind isn't with him in any way. I mean... I'm not gonna go into politics, but, like, honestly, health issues should not be a political issue. For some reason in today's age, it is. No matter what side of the fence you're on, you gotta take those kind of things into consideration. I can guarantee I would not want to be in the president's shoes. That's gotta be, like, the most difficult job in the world. Being the head of any country, man. Well, figurehead for the most part. 9 times out of 10, like, depending on your country and whether or not you're a dictatorship, like, the heads of state usually don't control anything for the most part. They're just there to make the country look good. Not on. Okay. I mean, like I said, I'm not going into politics, but I'm glad that you're making a firm stand. That's always a good thing in life. Figure out what side you're on, and then plant your feet in the ground. But always be open to new information, because you never know what might come to light that will be important for the future. Okay, so we have jars. Do we have a kitchen already? I'm not... How damaged did you get fighting that thing? I mean, I appreciate your support there, boar. But, yeah, I have a Twitter account where I definitely voice my opinion on one side or the other, but I don't use my streaming or YouTube platforms to go into that kind of stuff. Because most people don't care. And the ones that do care already have a channel that they go to for that kind of information. Didn't make the country a good place, and I'm an outsider. I mean, yeah, being in Africa, and being an outsider looking in on another country's politics has to be interesting. Like, I couldn't imagine looking at my country through the lens of somebody from another country and thinking to myself, should I be embarrassed to live here? Like, that's never crossed my mind. But I could see how your perspective would definitely be a lot different than mine, for sure. So we don't have a kitchen is what I'm getting out of this. Oh, how difficult is the basic kitchen bench? We need epoxy. We don't need this storage. The corner gives us the cutting board, so we might need that. We'll get these two pieces and we'll put them upstairs. Oops, not mean to turn that. Maybe it wasn't the corner we needed. No, the corner is the new one they just added. Oh, well, that was a waste. Whatever. I can make my carrot jars here, right? Good. Let's go get some jars. But yeah, at any rate, I've always... It's not like I'm sitting on the fence. I can tell you that for sure. I definitely have a side that I've chosen. But being in the position that I'm in, I refuse to sit there and preach politics because that is not what my channel is about. And that's just all there is to that, basically. But now we have carrots in a jar. So that's good. There we go. Good enough. We'll take those 6 for now. Let's see. Well, there's 200 glass. Yeah, silica is a 1-to-1. Okay. I was correct in my assumption for once. So now... take the iron out and just throw it in there for now. Biofuel canisters. Actually, let's just get those crafted. We can make 6 so far. Hopefully that's enough. Biofuel canisters. Biofuel this. Now we need fuel for this. Seed oil. Can I make that? Where would we make that? In here? There's a seed pouch. You'd think it'd be like the mortar and pestle or the chemistry station. Honey, beer, wine. Well, it's not the chemistry bench. It's not in there. Materials processor. Seed oil. Take seeds. Alright, we'll go gather wheat. Or not wheat, fiber. To put into the biofuel thing. And then we'll also turn the seeds into oil. Actually, how are we doing on... We still have 15 seeds for the animal, so that's good. Oh no! I got magnetically stuck to a tree. Get off! Do we have a? Please tell me. You know what? I don't want to cut down any trees. Unstuck. I can't believe that's still a bug. So Tashi. What are your plans for the next game that you pick up? If you have any. I know it's difficult to think about gaming while you're so cold, but I was just curious if you had any fun games on the horizon. Oh, and also, do you play Stardew Valley at all? Because the way I understand it, Stardew Valley's about to get like one big major final update. Before the Concerned Ape solo dev guy goes and starts doing the pushing hard to get out this Witchbrook game. I don't know. I really liked Stardew Valley. That was fun. Nice casual game. You know me. I like some casual games every now and again. Break from the monotonous. Waiting to play Foundry. Blue got it for me. And I haven't played that yet. Foundry. Is that anything like Satisfactory? Like building a factory type deal? Foundry. There it is. It is. I thought I had seen this before. Looks cute. It's a very Satisfactory type deal. Go into the planet, build a giant factory. Looks nice. Have you tried Satisfactory? That is a very computer intensive game, so it may not even run on your computer. It's very intense on your computer CPU. Go. There's 300 glass. I need 100 more. Done with the glass. Don't like the look of it. Satisfactory is a very old game, so I'm not surprised. It doesn't look the greatest. I enjoyed it when it first came out, though. A friend of mine hooked me up with a copy because he didn't want to play solo. So he's like, here, play this with me. I enjoyed it for what it was, but, you know. It's one of those that I just got bored of very quickly, unfortunately. Need another 130 some of that. Where's the steel? 5 oxygen tanks. Hopefully that's going to be good enough. Hopefully these are 10,000 apiece. Jeremy wants to send me something. So you have been in contact with Jeremy? That's awesome. You never have to apologize to me anyway, Tashi. Yeah, we have 5 oxygen bottles filled. Every day. That's awesome. Alright, next. We need that biofuel to finish. Isn't there a better biofuel thing? Biofuel oxygen dissolver. Biofuel lamp. Biofuel water pump. I guess not. Oh, there is an electric composter. His whole setup is amazing thanks to the nurses. I'm glad that the nurses where he's at actually seem to care. I've heard a lot of nightmare stories about people getting put in places that I never want to end up in. I'll say that, to put it politely. It sounds like the nurses there are really good. They like him. I guess that has something to do with it too. There's some pretty bitter people. I don't 100% blame them too heavily in the circumstances that you're in whenever you end up in places like that. But like, at the same time, it's not everybody around you's fault. I know I don't want to go out of this world on a bitter note. Let's go get another stone. But, I mean, you look at it like this, Tashi. Ever since you and I had met Jeremy, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk with him and interact with him. Just, you know, so it's not too surprising that the nurses are taken to him. He seems like a very pleasant individual to be around, very easy to talk with. So there's some people out there that just make the world a better place just by existing. And then you have those mean-spirited individuals that just are the exact opposite. just them walking into the room is a burden. You know what I mean? They're just miserable individuals. And you gotta wonder what happened in their lives for them to get so bitter. With all the things that have happened in my life, I'm surprised that's not me. Don't get me wrong, I have anger issues, but that's... a large part of that is bipolar. Not really because I hate life in general. And the bipolar thing, like, that runs in my family. My cousin recently went through some bad stuff. We're not going to go into it because YouTube will just blacklist me. And my dad nearly also had the same issue when he was younger. And then again, once he, shortly after him and my wife, his wife, my mother, divorced. So, like, chronic depression, bipolar, like, all these things go hand in hand, unfortunately. Oh yeah, I'm living with one right now. Oh, right, your father. If I'm reading the room correctly, that's what you're talking about. Does not seem like the type of person that I'd be able to be in a room with for very long without nasty consequences. We'll put it nice. Let me get some more cement. I was about to stab you in the head, buddy. You are my boar, not a wild boar. Get you some more physical resistance. Get you some more status effects. Ugh. I gotta deal with this dog. I'll be right back. Might as well stop in the restroom so we don't have to pause the stream again, too. Why not? Get it all out the way at once. All right. Good morning. Wait, what did I do? What did I do with all my other meat? Did I put it away by mistake? I did. Let's see how we're coming here. Our oxygen should be ready to go. We have one full biofuel container. Oh yeah, now you give me 4 of these things. Thanks, game. That's real good. Thanks for the stuff I need when I don't need it. Okay, now we need more silica. Jeremy wants to send me an electric blanket. Nice. The way I understand it, you need it. So, that's awesome. That's what I mean about Jeremy, though. He's one of those one in a million souls that's just overly generous and just an absolute joy to be around personality-wise. And absolutely love the man. He's great to just be around in general. Maybe with an electric blanket, you can actually go and sit in front of your computer for once. And spend some more time with Blue playing games. I didn't do anything to deserve that. You just being a friend. That's good enough. Like, in today's day and age, having somebody that you can talk to and actually genuinely cares, like, that's rare. And I'm sure he recognizes that. Like, that's all it takes. It's super rare to find that person that you can connect with. So don't sell your contribution to the relationship out of don't view it wrong. Like, you don't have to feel guilty. He's doing something for you because you've been there and you've been chatting with him and you're doing everything that he needs right now, and that's somebody to be for him, be there for him while he's in the state that he's in. So that's a good thing. like me recently, like I met Ralph recently, and that's been a fantastic, not just working relationship, but we've had the opportunity to become friends and enjoy our time together. But like right now, him and I are doing two different types of content, so like we haven't been doing much gaming together. I felt kind of guilty about that, but he and I had a nice long conversation the other day, and like it's just one of those things. Not no animosity about it, just you know, our content is going in two different directions. But anytime we have games that we're both playing, I fully intend to try to get Ralph involved in it. Love to do more content with him. But again, that's rare. You don't meet somebody every day that you can get along with and work with or become friends with that it's very difficult to get on that level with somebody. There's a lot of times you end up in that type of relationship, and one of the parties, whether it be you or somebody else, wants more out of the relationship than the other person is willing to provide, rather than being on the same mutual level. And finding that once in a lifetime person that just connects with you on a whole other level besides romantic is really rare. Just that genuine, friendly soul. And it always seems like the nicest people out there are the ones that just seem to have the hardest life for some reason. It's really unfair. Like everything that poor man's gone through, and he's still such a pleasant individual. It's just amazing to me. That's still not enough cement. That should be enough right there. Alright, we need some wood for the base. And we need more stuff for biofuel and sap, so we might as well cut some trees. I miss my silica axe, Tashi. I miss the miasmic axe on this map. Oh, there you are. Hi, buddy. Quit hitting my tree. It would be nice if they would add, like, the axe that they have in the store that poisons creatures similar to the miasmic axe. They should really just put the miasmic properties on there. Even if they're lessened than the regular one. For the people who have the DLC. You know what I mean? Because nobody can get that axe unless they have the DLC to begin with. This way, you could at least take the miasmic axe to the other prospects. You know what I mean? You cheated. Used the mod to make one on my planet. I didn't cheat. I don't have one on my planet. I think the U was a misclick. But, I mean, that's cool. I just don't feel comfortable using the mods and stuff. And here's 3 biofuel containers. There's our 300 concrete mix. Got our 500 on that. Our 400 glass. We got our cement. I'm hoping the 5 bottles of oxygen are 10,000 apiece. And then the biofuel. If we can get 6 of those, hopefully they're 10,000 apiece. And then we'll be done with this mission. I haven't noticed stutters today that I can recall. Hey, it's one of them rabbit fish. Bam, got it. Now we only need 1,000 more rabbits. Alright, 5 biofuel containers. One more. And we will be ready to go out there and give this a shot. In the meantime, why don't we go get some wheat? Maybe repair some gear. Make some bread and some flour and stuff like that. You came out of nowhere and startled me, you jerk. I heard a bear and then all of a sudden there's this big creature in my face. The bear's actually right over there. Maybe we should just take that out. Well, there was a stutter. They're like very tiny stutters. Not too bad. It's also why I'm afraid to make my base any bigger. What's next? That one's done processing. This one's idle. These are all done. What do I need to turn this into dough? The kitchen's gonna need some biofuel. This is just the cutting board. So, pastry, just the flour and animal fat. It wants a water connection as well. Let's see, do we have the water pipes up here? Water pipes. There. Now we repair some gear. Biofuel's almost ready. Actually, we're going to keep the bullets on us in case we run into a sandworm. Any more arrows in here? Just in case, because the desert is swarming with enemies. In here, maybe? Yes. There we go. Switch out our canisters. I guess we can fill up this one. And then we are headed pretty much right over here. Just go up through this valley and straight to the objective. It should be a nice short run. Wow, it's gonna be a little bit long, but wait. That doesn't have a water connection to it? That'd have made that faster. Oh yeah, that's a lot faster. Whoops. Alright, well, there's another... Alright, 6 biofuel, 5 oxygen, 300 cement, 400 glass. We've got food. We've got items to sleep if we need to, which it's 1,500, so we might need to. And we've got a buffalo full of resources. Right after my stream here, I think I'm going to go cut up some watermelon. It's pretty warm here today. And watermelon is delicious. Nice and cooling on a hot day. We had a honeydew melon the other day. It was nice and soft and sweet. Oh, it's not as good as watermelon. Watermelon's still the best, but honeydew is pretty good. I like honeydew slightly more than cantaloupe, but cantaloupe is really good too. And I don't know if a lot of people probably haven't even heard of it, but there's a There's a melon called a Crenshaw melon. It's kind of like a mix between honeydew and cantaloupe. It's pretty good too. In the summertime, I'm sure I've mentioned it before, but we freeze some of the watermelon in ice cube trays, and we give it to the dog whenever she's really hot. As long as you don't get any of those like dark colored black seeds, because the seeds turn into arsenic in their system and kill them. So you don't want the dog eating any of those. They can eat a whole watermelon to themselves. Might make their stomach a little bit upset, but it wouldn't kill them. You don't want to give them any of the green parts either, because the green parts also have a small amount of that in their system. And their system has a hard time filtering it. So like, it will stick in their system for quite a long time. Kind of like, you also don't want to give some raw vegetables aren't okay for dogs. My dog loves vegetables though. Like, obviously if she had the choice between meat and vegetables, she would probably go for the meat. But she's one of those weird ones. She loves like peas and green beans and carrots and potatoes, and she go nuts for some peas. That's her favorite for some reason. Peas. And my wife always tells me this story. When I had a dog when I was growing up, we could give our dog a whole pot pie, and he would eat the whole pot pie and then lick all the peas clean and leave them in the bottom of the tin. And you just sort of smile and you laugh, even though you've heard it 60 times. My buffalo could use a nice swim, and it's cooling me off too somehow. But, yeah, I haven't decided when we're going to end today. Usually we only do this game for 3 hours. Mainly because just burnt out on it. But partly because, like, burnt out on it. I don't know how else to put it. This is as nice as I get about it. Right now we're just killing time, making some money, waiting for the new content to come out. I've pretty much done everything in this game at least twice, so like, we're just sort of waiting at this point for that Prometheus update. And hopefully the second half of this update for Prometheus is the last. They're not like gonna hold back more content. Here's 3 new missions for Prometheus. Oh, by the way, there's still 13 more to come. in like 6 different patches. Let's start with the biofuel and oxygen. One biofuel and one oxygen. Oh no. We're going to need to go back and do another more oxygen. Each one of the oxygen bottles only has 5,000 in it. The biofuel has 10,000. So we need another 5 bottles. Alright, back to base. Well, at least the buffalo is a lot faster than it used to be. With that perk system, you can make it pretty fast. As long as you don't overburden the cart that it has, there's no reason to make a regular saddle. Because it gains movement speed for just the perks, and then it also gains additional movement speed for having the cart attached. And as long as you don't overburden the cart, the buffalo is about as fast as a regular moa. The problem is that once you get a certain weight limit, it does cut the speed in half. And the moa is still faster because you add on those mods that increase movement speed, and then you add in the perks for movement speed, and the moa is insanely fast. Plus they get additional perks for movement speed for being in a specific biome. So yeah, before mods, after you fully upgrade the speed perks in the buffalo, before you add any of the other mods to the moa, it's probably just as fast. It's pretty fantastic, actually. the buffalo for the longest time is one of those animals that I just sort of wrote off as useless. Because, like, you hop on the buffalo and you can't pull a cart. Yeah, it has extra inventory slots, but who cares if it's as slow as it is? You could take 2 trips with the moa and be good to go. But, like, once they added the cart, the buffalo was a little bit more useful, but you went so ungodly slow with the buffalo when it was trying to follow you. And then you had to hope it didn't get stuck. And then the thing can't swim. What is happening? Why is this wolf pushing into my buffalo? It couldn't find my hitbox, so it was just lifting the buffalo up off the ground. But yeah, once this, what's it called? Blackmire update for Enshrouded is done. Yeah, we'll have a little bit of that First Descendant, just the story of it. It's like 6 episodes of that I have planned. And then we're going to do probably about the same amount for Once Human. And then if Season 2 comes out and it's good, and they add enough to make it interesting, then I want to start doing like guide and update videos and things like that. Maybe we'll make a habit of streaming that. Right now I've been streaming a lot of it to Twitch. And absolutely enjoying my time. And I think I mentioned it before, but a friend of mine that I used to play with back in Left 4 Dead, who I haven't spoken to in like 16 years. Like on Discord we haven't spoken. We communicate back and forth every now and again on Steam, but he reached out to me and we've been playing Once Human together. But he's into that Warframe and all that, which I hear has gotten better. I maybe played it for like a mission or 2 and then got bored. But I hear it's pretty good. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it. Go through the story on that. See how it do. And then the other free-to-play game I'm looking forward to this year is Path of Exile 2. Like, I'm never gonna be one of those like experts at that game. I just go through each time they add a new season and stuff like that and enjoy my time. Gives me that Diablo fix without having to deal with Blizzard and their abusing employees. You know what I mean? It's a shame too, because Blizzard was one of those companies way back in the day whenever computers just really started getting popular, like Diablo 2 and Diablo 1. Like these were games that came out with little to no bugs and were really well polished for the day and super active with their communities, and just I don't know what happened to them. They went so far downhill that I don't know, man. There we go. This will finish us off. We'll go drop off the glass first, and then we'll head back out to the desert and finish this off. Why does the camera feel off? Maybe it's just those running on a hill. No, it seems better now. Felt really low before. It might have been because the buffalo was standing on an angle. The camera breaks if your animal isn't standing on flat ground for some reason. Again, I do appreciate everybody hanging out. We are going to be doing some more of that 7 Days to Die Fallout tomorrow. Looking forward to it. It's been doing really well on the channel. I'd love to get more 7 Days on the channel. Once we get 1.0 fully released, we'll do that for sure. But our plans for tomorrow, as far as the Fallout series, we're going to just be focusing on trader quests and trying to figure out where the vaults are. We spent all day, all stream the previous, last Wednesday, trying to figure out where the vaults were. Made no progress with that.
Okay, that's everything. You're good to go.
Well, that's one half of this mission done. I kind of figured this mission would take a little bit to complete. Doing it not in the open world would have taken like 3 times the amount of time. Because you gotta go and you gotta gather all the resources, you gotta get all the steel. You gotta get the benches in order to make the steel. You gotta use steel to make the steel. Like, it's insane. And then you have to do a bunch of stuff in order to get electronics and all that to make the items. You gotta sit there and wait for the biofuel thing to finish. You gotta cement mixer. Gotta wait for that to finish. Like, it's just... it's insane. Very, very, very long missions. Luckily, whenever you shut down the game, you're not kicked out of your mission. You can keep going with it. And it used to be like the missions were real world time. So like, if it said 20 hours, it's 20 hours. You either complete it that real life day, or you don't complete it. It was insane. And now it's whenever you log out, the timer stops, which is so much better. And this game was originally going to be like Rust, where there was like seasons and your character resets and all of your prospects reset and your rewards, you gotta go and go get those again. And it was a convoluted mess. I'm glad that they decided against that and went the way they're going now. It's like, I started playing the game and then I was having fun with it, and then I got like 4 or 5 missions in, and I was like, this game is insanely grindy. I'm getting a sneak peek at Jeremy's base. Oh, you're lucky. I'd like to go and hang out on Jeremy's server for a bit. Go see what he's working on. Say hi. 'Cause I did tell him we'd play together at some point. But he hasn't been doing well enough for me for him to join. Take some screenshots, post them on the Discord, for sure, at the very least. Hey, bear. Favorite soon to get on my PC. Well, like I said, hopefully you'll be able to sit at your computer a lot more if you have a blanket. it's just brick and cement. So like, I couldn't even imagine living in that circumstance. Like, for you, it's normal, right? But like, it's just, it feels like we're on completely separate planets sometimes, Tashi. I always forget, like, how different of an environment it is in other parts of the world. Like, that's, and it's nice to have conversations with people from other parts of the world, because it gives you that different perspective and keeps everything in focus. Like, I feel like a lot of this drama that goes on over on social media wouldn't be a thing if people could actually experience the cultures that they seemingly want to protest about. And it's amazing what people can do and what people can endure in order to just live day by day in other parts. Like, even though you're in the circumstance you're in, Tashi, I've still heard horror stories about people that are in worse situations than that, and that's really scary. Come live it first and then judge? Yeah, absolutely. I choose to not judge other cultures based on hearsay. Now, if I'm speaking with somebody that lives there, that's a different circumstance. Never put your country's words in other people's mouths, because just what, like, everybody thinks, you know, save this or save that.
That was the last one.
But like, if other countries are okay with what's going on in their country, then so be it. That's their right to do and to say, and that's just all there is to it. I don't know. There's a lot of complaints out there on the internet. And by all means, you do you. You have the right to protest and complain about whatever you want. I'm just saying, make sure that when you are, maybe take the opportunity to educate yourself on the situation a lot further than just listening to your neighbor complain when they have no clue what's going on in the first place and repeating it verbatim. Like, that's I so want to come to South Africa and see what it's actually like to live there for a time. At the same time, no offense, from everything that you've told me, I'm actually legitimately terrified to do that. I don't want any part of it. No offense. You no, none intended. Just no. No. I'm out. And about the politest thing I can say is I hope the circumstances change and the environment that you find yourself in gets better. think I would literally die if I had to sleep outside right now. I mean, like, if it's below 35 Fahrenheit, I don't know what that is Celsius, like, it's pretty much a guaranteed death. It's only the truth, and a lot of people don't speak it. I mean, it's one thing I know about you, Tashi. You're not afraid to speak your mind, so. And I like that about you. Feel free to speak it as often as you want. I can't always give a definitive answer on some of the things, especially if they're political in nature, but I am glad to hear other people's opinion, especially if you're on the outside looking in and you have that unique perspective that just other people don't. Keep getting turned around somehow. It's 16 Celsius and it's 7 here. Oof. No, thank you. No, 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 no. Like, 35 is freezing. So 16 is literally making ice outside. That is too cold. No, thank you. I like it cold more so than hot because I don't like sweating, but that is a little too cold. Hi, buddy. Did you lose mommy somehow? There you go. You can wander around here. Eventually, you'll be an adult. And maybe I'll take you home. Oh, there's mom right there. Why wasn't you following mom? Whatever. If our buffalo dies, maybe we'll come back and get this one at some point. Okay, let's figure out what next week's mission is, because we're probably just going to call it. There's not enough time to get a lot of stuff accomplished. Maybe we'll do some simple missions, but we'll take a look at what we're going to do next week. This one most likely.
ACS just put a contract up.
We got a lot of building to do.
Region, but no experience.
To build a medical
They need someone to
outpost.
set up forward bases in the area before they send
You know
their
what?
people
We
in.
might actually have all the
Should be a
resources
walk
to
in the
do it.
park.
Reach
If
build
Park was trying to
location.
kill you.
Where's it at? Oh, this map still drops to like 3 FPS if you zoom out. I don't understand why that's a thing. Right over here. We'll just grab the buffalo and put a bunch of things that we already have there. That's not my moa, by the way. And no mercy to babies. We'll head out there with a bunch of random BS and we'll see what it requires. And then next time we'll log in and come back and get whatever we don't have. Level 26. You have 2 levels. What can we give you? Some more weight capacity. Some stamina regen, I guess. Okay, what side of this mountain are we going on? Probably right side. Left would be shorter, I suppose. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm all the way down here? Whoops. I way overshot that turn. Excedrin could come back here. What? It's not... What do you mean it's not there? Was it banned or what? And they just
This is the place.
not
Get
sell it?
building, friend.
They took it off. Oh. I wonder why. I don't think that bear appreciated being lit on fire. to get those out of my inventory. Probably so I could suffer. I'm sure it feels like that sometimes. Yeah, it would be nice if we would go back there. I mean, isn't there other things besides Excedrin you could take? Tried all of them. That sucks. Well, hopefully you can find something that will eventually work for you. But yeah, we know our mission for next time. So we'll get some building done, and then we'll move on to, you know, just whatever we happen to be able to get next. This will be a nice short mission. And then we still have a few other things that we need to take care of. I really hope that we'll probably wait here until it's nighttime and then we'll get some sleep next time. Really hope that we can get a bunch done and that the Prometheus stuff gets here soon enough, and we can do that as well. But I am just burnt. So we are going to call it for today. We got our 3 hours of Icarus in, had a little bit of fun, had some real world conversations, and tomorrow we're going to be doing 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be playing some 7 Days to Die Fallout. We're going to keep doing with the 4 p.m. stuff for now, and then once 1.0 comes out, we're definitely going to do some of that. I'm hoping to continue Icarus till the end of the year. It's so far been a lot of fun, and it does well on the channel, but I don't know. We'll have to see what they come up with next. In the meantime, however, hopefully you've enjoyed the content and you'll consider hitting those likes and subs and all them fun things before you go. And if you've really enjoyed the content, maybe check it out some of the other content and, you know, share that out with your friends, because YouTube loves that stuff. But until next time, take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, stay healthy out there, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.